Hi, I'm Robert. I'm the new technician at GI Tactical. And today I was going to show you my outfit that I usually wear and the gun that I usually use when I go. Now, first off, I'm going to start with the outfit just because it's easier. I can get it out of the way. This is my homemade ghillie suit that I've pretty much done from digital BDUs along with canvas that's been reinforced along the edges. I have back here some netting that I've sewn on. It's just the usual way that the Marine Corps makes the ghillies and, snipers and all that stuff. I do need to hit the shoulders a little bit more. It is lacking a little bit right there, but other than that, for the most part, it's self-explanatory. You can see just how this stuff looks on my back. Pretty much the same. So, on the bottom, we don't have my boots, and you won't be able to see them, it's out of frame, but on the bottom, it's pretty much the same. I've got canvas reinforced on the front of the pants, along with the back. This way it allows me for when I'm stalking or something like that, and I'm going really low and actually dragging against the ground, I'm actually able to have the reinforced areas rather than rip the BDUs. So, moving on, this is my original Classic Army M24, not the LTR version. This is a lot heavier than the LTR, and it's been, as you can see, modified with a lot of extra things. We'll start from the rear and go forward with externals first, and then we'll do internals. So external wise, I've got a lot of rubber bands right here, just because if I need to attach vegetation or whatever else I need to, I can do that. Next, moving on, I got this from Amazon. It's an adjustable cheek riser, and you drill it in, slap it on, twist things, and you're done. I also added some canvas so you don't have that cold plastic on your face in wintertime. On the other side, I have clicks per foot for 1 inch for my scope, just to remind me, what would I need to go for 1 inch, whatever, at so many yards. It also helps me so I'm able to do things like range finding and whatnot. But moving on, I have King Arms replica M4 Leopold scope. It's very nice. I love this thing. This is 3.5 to 10 by 40 scope with 30mm scope ring. So if you know what the Leopold Mark IV is, then you know exactly what I'm talking about. If you don't, then that is 3.5 times zoom all the way to 10 zoom. Okay. Then you also have a 40mm objective lens, and you also have 30mm scope tube. On here as well, I don't remember the brand, but they're basically just some 30mm rings for my tube. I have from Amazon 2 little scope bubble level rings, so one for my scope, one for my rifle, that have been adjusted so that if I need to go ahead and shoot a target from a distance, I don't want to be canted to either side because hop up, right? So I can just look at the bubble level and center it. So from there, I replaced this bolt handle with a steel bolt handle because the original pot metal one broke. And up here, this is actually a tube I can remove. It's PVC, but the inner barrel actually extends to the very edge. And what I did, because it looks very strange, I know you're probably wondering, this is just PVC that's been cut halfway right there, and I'm able to slip it over like a shroud. And on top of that PVC, I sanded it down, put Bondo, which is like a car body paint filler, and then I kind of put lines in it and whatnot. Let it dry, so it kind of gives this tree bark appearance. By the way, when this dries, it'll be pink, so it's not going to look anything like you have to spray it. But I also have from, I believe, Michael's. I have some tree moss that I bought, or something like that, some sort of moss, and I pretty much just hot glued it on here just to kind of give it that, okay, there's a three-dimensional look to it, more than just that, and more colors than just a flat paint job. One couple things I did forget are this right here. This is just because this rifle is extremely heavy. This is so if I need to one-hand it any sort of way, I'm able to. All it is a little bit of that camouflage tape looking stuff, the self-adhesive. Right here I have a Harris bipod, the actual Harris bipod. I found that Airsoft bipods are not quite as reliable as I want them to be, so I switched it to a real one and haven't had any issues since. I believe that's all for externals. But I mean, obviously I've got the little mounts for a sling or something, but I mean, who doesn't, right? Now, moving on to internals, the trigger and the piston assembly and everything are completely stock because 90 degrees, it's completely fine with me. So, right here, I have my PDI hop-up chamber. Now what this does is it allows me to, instead of having one arm for hop-up that moves up and down, and you have to make sure it's centered, I have two, so I can adjust the hop-up to be perfectly straight. I have, I believe, an Angel custom barrel in here, but I want to, and it's been S-hopped, but I want to switch it out for something nicer, maybe a Prometheus or a PDI, just, you know, go up in quality, you know. I have custom-made barrel spacers in here from Electrical Tape. And, I mean, other than that, this is a pretty simple build, but it hits hard, far. It doesn't hit hard, that's the only thing. I need to get a new spring for it, because Balahac's rules now allow us to go up to, I believe, 550. But with that new rule, I feel like now I'm actually able to utilize my sniper rifle the way it's meant to be used. So hopefully I can get the rest of that. There is one last thing I did forget to mention. I did put some canvas up here with a little bit of like a sniper's veil around that. It just kind of breaks up the appearance of that black circle that you get when you're looking at someone or someone's looking at you and they see this little black circle on the scope. So it does help. But other than that, I don't believe there's anything else. But just a tip for anyone who wants to try sniping out. There's a lot of do-it-yourself mods you can do, and there's a lot of things you can buy. But one of the most important things to do is stick with it. Because snipers are not something you build all at once and get your performance right then and there. It is a constantly evolving, changing build, unless you buy everything flat out, and believe me, that costs a lot of money. So just hang in there, keep working on it every now and then, and see what you can do to kind of, you know, change it up a little bit, you know, give it some spunk, give it some unique qualities. You know, mine's spray painted. I added this guy. This scope, I might go into more detail about it, and how to level your scope and sight it in and adjust it specifically for you. But let me know what you guys think, okay? Thank you.